it will be also okay on YouTube. So perfect. Everything is working. Everything is working normally. So I think on LinkedIn I've got. Sorry, I've got just.
It's a lot of plumbing. It's a lot of plumbing.
Yeah. I've got just a problem with LinkedIn. Let me check. Oh, let me check. One second, please. Here, for YouTube, everything is working fine. And on LinkedIn, we are also live, so it's okay. It's okay on that side. So sorry for this inconvenience. And welcome back to the first episode of Content Creator Weekly Live, where we bring you the latest insight and trends in the digital world. As a content creator or company founder, you know the importance of staying ahead of the curve. And today, we are here to help you just to do that. I'm Frederic, co-founder of Foxy Nerds, and I'm delighted to call this show with Cyril. How are you today, Cyril? Back from vacation now?
Yeah, back in grey London. Yes, thank you. And by the way, Frederic, this is the fourth episode, not the first episode.
Oh, this is the fourth episode. Sorry, yeah, fourth episode.
No worry.
And and so in this episode, we are exploring popular and trendy social media platform, Mastodon, and whether it's worth the effort for content creators to join. That's not all. As a content creator, your LinkedIn headline is crucial to your success. So that's why we will introduce you a tool that analyzes your headline and offers suggestions for improvement. Next up, we will diving into Huawei B2B influence strategy. You know that this week the Mobile World Congress is taking place, and Huawei is stealing the show in the B2B area. So we will share insight on how they stand out from the crowd and what you can learn from their strategy. Finally, and everybody is waiting for that, we will wrap up the show with a fun and interactive segment where we use Chat GPT prompt to generate your next business trip and also your next holidays. So without delay, start with Mastodon. So just to start, Cyril, just a short reminder about Mastodon. Mastodon is a decentralized platform that's gaining popularity and is being very popular among social media enthusiasts, especially since Elon Musk buy Twitter. And it offers several benefits such as privacy, control, and a strong sense of community. And for me, the most important thing about Mastodon is it's not an opportunistic clone of Twitter. They start their journey in 2016. So, and with a completely different philosophical approach of microblogging compared to Twitter. And this philosophical approach is very important to understand if Mastodon could be a great fit for you or not. Because like everything is decentralized, you have not access to everybody on Mastodon. You have to choose the right server to be, and you will only have access to people on this server. It's a main difference with Twitter. With Twitter, you can access to people all over the world, no matter. With Mastodon, it's not the case. So you have to be very careful about the server you select at the beginning. And this is the first maybe problem we've got with Mastodon. Maybe Cyril, you can share with us your experience with Mastodon, because you start use Mastodon several weeks ago now.
Yes. So when there was this big spike of migration, or I should say, people trying Mastodon rather than shifting completely to Mastodon, I tried, and I tried also. I remember now, a few years before, but as there was no one, there was no real interest or opportunity to join Mastodon. Um, there are several issues in my view. The first one is the decentralization nature of it. It's great if you are a small community, like think about a Reddit community or maybe a Telegram community. You are on a very niche market, and you want only to talk about that topic. Fine, you can find one server where you can build your community or host your own servers. But if your objective is
and the problem is to find the right
share your message
server
across the world, well, yeah, you can find, you have some directories to help you find the right one. But if your objective is really to connect across the world, engage with people on different topics, not just one specifically, especially if you are a content creator or a brand, that's going to be a big challenge for you on Mastodon.
Yeah, absolutely. I try also by myself now since 2 weeks ago. And at the beginning, I really feel disappointed, because a lot of people that I follow on Twitter and so on, I've got I've got difficulty to find them on Mastodon. And so the question I've got is, do you think it's only for people who are looking for niche
Sorry,
markets?
you're breaking up. You're breaking up, Frederic. I didn't hear.
Okay, now you hear me. So I say,
can you repeat the question?
do you think Mastodon is only for people on niche markets, or if you are a mainstream content creator, you can also use it?
If you are a mainstream content creator and you want your community, and let's say that in the past you've been banned from Twitter, Facebook, etc., you can host your own, maybe a Mastodon server to host your own community. But the cost will be that basically you will have to do only with that community, that it will be a problem for you to grow this community. So for me, just keep an eye right now on Mastodon. Create an account, just play around, but don't spend too much time, honestly. Most of the people I know just post on Mastodon what they post on Twitter. Engagement is relatively low on Mastodon, even lower than Twitter. So,
okay.
Test, but don't spend too much time.
What is also very surprising using Mastodon is when you choose the first server to be on, if you want to switch from another one, you have to create another account. It's not very a smooth process to switch between one server to one other. So I think it's also a limit of Mastodon. If Absolutely. They are able to change that, it will be easier for people to use. In fact, it's just like using Slack and joining workspaces at the end. To be very clear, it's the same kind of process. You have to create an account and another account and another account. So, but for social media, it could be really a problem. And my next question is, because we also could say, but maybe it could be an opportunity for content creators to create their own server. and to manage and to exchange with their community and to invite them to their own Mastodon server and to manage and to exchange with them on Mastodon.
Yes, but in
Do you
this
think
case,
it could be like a Discord-like tools
well, in
for
this case, you
content
go to
creators?
Discord. In this case, you go to Discord. In my view, there is no benefit if you want your own community to go on Mastodon, except that to make an experiment.
Okay.
And if you create your own server, you have a lot to answer from a regulation perspective. You are responsible for every content posted on the server, including terrorism, pedopornography, and stuff like this. So, except if you have a team to moderate the content on your platform, that's going to be very difficult. And the Financial Times, which is not like a small guy, try with his own Mastodon server and gave up after 2 weeks because regulatory requirements and the responsibility of having to moderate the content on the platform was too big even for them. So yeah, I don't see the benefit. If you have a community, you go on Telegram, you go on Discord, you go on Slack. It's designed for that. Mastodon, we'll see what it becomes. Maybe with Web3, my expectations will be that with Web3 and with kind of decentralized identity, extra, they will be able to do something better. Let's say keep the decentralized nature of the platform, but being able to share messages between platform and accounts too. So we'll see. We'll see how it evolves.
Okay. So in conclusion, we can say that if you want to manage your community thanks to Mastodon, forget it, because to legal regulation aspect, it's too complicated. If you want to, if you are working on specific niche and you find the right server, it could be a good deal for you. But if you are mainstream content creator, not on specific niche and so on, don't go forward with Mastodon. Just take your time, evaluate the opportunity, just create an account to see if there is more and more people, but don't put too much time and money for the moment on Mastodon. It could be the great conclusion, no?
Yes, absolutely. And just to illustrate that, I found a great stat that says that basically 90% of the Mastodon accounts that have been created since Elon Musk takeover of Twitter, 90% of them are not active. Okay, so
really? It's huge.
Yeah,
it's huge.
So you are talking about less than 5 million accounts that have been created, and 90% of them have not been active. So are you going to put too much effort to try to reach up to 500,000 people?
Yeah. Okay. It just make some listening on Mastodon, create an account, make some listening if there is an opportunity going, but don't spend your time on money on Mastodon for the moment. Okay, very clear. Thanks, Cyril, for this feedback and for this for your transparency on this subject. Let's talk now about headline analyzers. As a content creators, your LinkedIn headline is crucial to success. It's often the first thing that people see, and it can make a break. It can make or break your chance of getting noticed. So I know that for a lot of people, it could be complicated to select the right information to put forward. There is a lot of approach. For instance, some people say, oh, you have to put something very personal to catch people's attention. And people, when they click on your profile, have no idea about what you are doing, but they are just curious to do that. Some other people say you have to be very clear on your value proposition on your LinkedIn headline. Before going to headline analyzer, Cyril, what is your philosophy on that part?
Oh gosh, just experiment.
Huge question.
Yeah, because it all depends on your market, who are targeting, it's very different if you are in a corporate world, in a in a FTSE 100 company, for
For sure.
example, director level, where basically your job is pretty much corporate job, or if you are a small business owner, or if you are a freelance trying to get your next contract, there is no one size fits all here. Okay, even in my career, I've been on LinkedIn since probably mid 2000s. So in like 18 years, I guess it has changed quite a lot. Maybe once or twice a year, I've changed my headline. So um, it, it's a necessity, it's a requirement, depending on your role and what you are expecting from Twitter, from LinkedIn. If it's just a networking, if you are just looking for a
Absolutely
network,
agree with you.
or if you are looking for your next contract, your next job. So that's it. So that's why you are going to
Absolutely.
introduce us to some.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely agree with you. And to help people to start, we select this week a tool. It's Headline Analyzer, and it can analyze your headline and offer suggestion for improvement. So I play the game with my own LinkedIn headline, and I will share with you the result. So let me just share my screen. Okay, here we are. So I just, and to be fully transparent with you, my current headline is I help people and brand to stand out, become noticed, and be a trusted authority in their space. And I just put the name of my company, Foxy News. So I ask Headline Analyzer to analyze it, and I have to confess that I'm very disappointed about about the score I've got.
Well, so
Only
what is
45, only
gosh.
45. But the most important thing is the analysis we've got behind. So the five things the tools analyze is do you include your value proposal, your job title? Do you speak about hard and soft skills? Have you put some measurable metrics and the length of your headline? So I have to say that I'm pretty good about my value proposal and my headline length, sorry. But it's true, I didn't include a job title or any measurable metrics, and I only put one hard or soft skills that explain my scoring. And after that, you've got some suggestion. For instance, they've got a formula for what they call the ideal LinkedIn headline formula. So start with your job title, put some skill, and after your value proposal, including some measurable metrics. And you have some example. For instance, it's data analyst, R, Tableau, Power BI, and the value proposal is I help e-commerce company leverage big data to drive a 500% increase in customer retention. So pretty interesting at the end because it's very clear and you know exactly for what people want to connect with you. So for instance, in my headlines, you only notice that I speak about brands and I want to put more hard and soft skills. And again, if you want to work on your value proposition, sorry, they've got some formula. So it's very, very interesting to see that part. And the last one that I really like is what they call the scheme test. They say most people will see the first four words and the last four words of your headline. So if you're not clear on that part, you completely lost people attention. So it's very interesting to use it. So I really encourage a lot of people to test this tool. It's completely free, and to see how their LinkedIn headline is at the end, and they can share their score into comments for sure. I'm pretty curious about the score about our community. By the way, Cyril, do you test the tools with your one?
I haven't tested this one. I think my current LinkedIn is a similar format, even if it's changing almost every day right now because I'm testing some different headlines. What I'm not a big fan is, for example, to put a metric, okay?
Yeah.
Because metric is going to be relatively easy for people in sales, maybe marketing, but if you are, let's say, a database developer, it's going to be a specific metric. If you are in HR,
sometimes it's complicated. Sometimes it's quite complicated.
Yeah, are you going to put I reduce company's headcount by 20% per year? That's not very exciting, as a headline. So metrics will work for some specific jobs, not for others. And but try it. I mean, like we talked about this before. I'm not a big fan of the tool, but if it can help people to format their
absolutely
their LinkedIn headlines, and don't forget to use Chat GPT to create ideas for your LinkedIn headlines. And
for
test.
sure,
The only way to know is to test anyway.
And you can combine both. You can test also what ChatGPT suggests you with this kind of tools and see the result. It's always good to combine different tools to see the final results. Wonderful. So just last Tuesday we are preparing the show, and I have to confess that I've got no idea about the kind of campaign we will put forward. And instantly, Cyril, you mentioned Huawei campaign during the Mobile World Congress. And they are making a very interesting campaign. So please, Cyril, could you give us more details about this campaign and why you instantly, yes, it's a correct word, but difficult to say, you think about them?
Okay, so a disclosure, I participated as a paid influencer in the Huawei MWC 23 campaign. But
it's not the only reason.
It's not the reason why I'm talking about this. So the first one is because MWC was this week. So I think that was very relevant to have a instant takeaway about what they've done. So Huawei has always been extremely active on MWC. Physically, it's the largest booth, but it's an entire hall, okay, in the conference.
Yeah.
So it's the biggest exponent, and they have always had, as far as I remember, but back in 2017, they have always had influencers from all around the world joining them at this type of event. This year, I didn't join them in Barcelona, so I had small activities. But why it works?
You prefer being with us? Prefer being with us?
Yes, of course. Well, it finished yesterday. So it finished yesterday. I could have done it, or I could have done it live from Barcelona.
Could be nice also.
What is nice? So Huawei, what they get right is, firstly, they start a long time before. They don't wait last minute to engage with influencers, and it's pretty much they are pretty open about their approach. They say, well, there are a few things we would like you to participate in. such as Twitter chats, such as some LinkedIn posts, some LinkedIn Twitter. Influencers are completely free about the content they post. There is no control. It's one of the big brands who doesn't request
It's
editorial control
this
on.
point is very, very important.
Yeah,
You've got all the freedom to post what you think.
yeah, exactly. They don't ask for exclusivity. They don't ask
Okay.
to not name the competition. So it's basically they want you to talk about not the brand, but more importantly about the industry, and in this industry, what Huawei is doing. So it's a different approach from the other big brands who usually require total exclusivity and not even mentioning the competition. Um, so they have a few weeks before the event, you will have a clarity about what will be the key messages, and then basically every time, because they have a lot of their executives on site doing speeches, etc. A lot of press release, and basically they kind of feed you with information, and you decide oh, that's something that worth to pay attention to because my audience will be interested in that. So it can be use cases in some specific industries, can be a commitment on sustainable solutions and how it can affect. But it's very much pushing the information and let the influencers, content creators decide what to do with this information and how they are going to spread it. Okay.
Okay.
And so there are not that many people, maybe there are like 10 content creators that have been selected around the world. Of course, in addition of that, you have the journalist extra, but that's a different audience. But I shared with you on Stack, I think some statistic about this year.
No, you don't share
I haven't. I
with
haven't.
me. No.
Okay. Oh, because I forgot to send it. So I send it to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have it now. I think you have it now. And I just wanted to show the power when you are a brand
Okay.
and you
Let,
engage with content creators and the impact that it can have on
now
social media.
I think
Voilà.
it's on the screen.
So you can see MWC is really much on 3 days. Okay,
Yeah.
It really start not even on Monday. It start on Tuesday. It finish on Thursday. Uh, you have stuff starting the week before, but it's very much trade oriented extra. And you can see in terms of original impression, so what we call the reach, that Huawei
Yeah.
basically is just exploiting
Oh
everybody.
yeah.
Look at the competition. Nokia is number 4, and I don't
Yeah.
even see, for example, Cisco. I don't
Yeah.
see Ericsson. So it's like so
It's
the edge.
crazy.
It's crazy because
The,
when you think about it, like even Ericsson has a kind of big presence with
yeah.
content creators.
The,
Uh,
the fact is, most of the time, people think that Mobile World Congress is dedicated to Samsung, Xiaomi, or the people just to show their new flagship phone, and they have in mind that it's only about that part, you know.
no,
But the most important thing of Mobile World Congress is about connectivity, and company just like Huawei is one of the most important connectivity supplier
mm,
all over the world, and especially I think in South America, in also
in
Africa.
Africa,
Uh, yeah,
Asia, absolutely.
yeah,
And you're absolutely right to mention that because it's really much focused on information and communication
yeah,
technology. Okay, so forget. I'm not even sure. Last when I went, I didn't see. I saw a smartphone. It's really about technology, information, communication, and not just products but also services now. So think about smart cities. Think about transportation. So it's very much. That's why it's so big. That's why it's so big.
yeah.
Uh, but yeah, just wanted to share with you the stats. Uh, you know, when you go to a big event like this, when you are a brand, think about engaging with content creators. The return is massive, massive, massive.
And And if you are a brand and you want to follow the Huawei examples, you say you have to connect with content creators and so on. How many times before start the campaign preparation?
Okay.
And how many people you have to connect with and so on. So if you want to be impactful, I think that a lot of brands are really interesting
Okay.
to know how to work on it.
I know some some content creators are booked like almost a year in advance. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because some is not their main activity. Some top content creators is not their full-time activity, so they just have a small dedicated time slots for this. So if you want, let's say, one of the superstar, you need to book a long time in advance. Okay. But otherwise, like I would say, minimum 2-3 months if you want them on site. It's important just to organize, also work with other clients extra. What is extremely important is in the brief. Be clear about what you want to do in the brief, and as I always say, come with your requirements, with your needs, and co-create the brief with the content creators. Each content creator has a different value, has a different perspective,
Absolutely.
has a different strengths to bring to your brand. So it's engage with them as long as possible before, even if it's just an idea, even if it's not sure, just basically to start to format. And once you have unlocked the budget extra, just book it. But even if it's just an idea, just work with the content creators as early as possible. Have
Okay.
I answered your
Well,
question, Frederic?
sorry?
Have I answered your question?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think there will be some great blog articles on that specific point on Foxinot's website in the next coming weeks.
I'm sure.
I'm sure of it. Okay. And Cyril, guess what time it is?
I guess it's time for a Chat GPT prompt.
Exactly. It's time for a little bit of Chat
Yeah.
GPT. Yeah. Like every week, I know that you're all waiting for this prompt. And for this week, we will start with a very fun Chat GPT prompt about your next holidays. And we will show you how Chat GPT can help with that part. So recreate the first prompt about it. So
Don't
let
forget to
me
share your
just,
screen, Frederic.
yeah, I want to share my screen. I just want to
Okay.
be sure
So
ChatGPT is okay.
yeah, so this week we just wanted to do something a bit different and say, okay, rather than asking to generate ideas, it's okay. How can ChatGPT enhance my life? Make my life easier.
Absolutely.
It's not about replacing someone; it's about how it can enhance someone's job activity. So let's see.
Absolutely. So we create that ChatGPT prompt explaining that you are a luxury travel expert in Floridian holidays for European tourists. Plan a 14-day vacation in Florida for a family of 4 with 2 kids, 8 and 14 years old. The trip must combine relaxation, parks, and outdoor activities. The total budget is $20,000. Flight from London, accommodation, meals, car rental, and activity. And please write it in English language. And so we just give this short amount of information to ChatGPT, and it create a complete planning for a 14-day vacation in Florida. And so, for instance, he said day 1 to 3 arrival in Orlando. Fly from London to Orlando and stay for 3 nights in a luxurious resort, just as the Four Seasons Resort Orlando at Walt Disney World. You can enjoy the pool and spa facilities, or visit the nearby theme parks such as Walt Disney World and Universal Studios. Day 4 to 5, same thing to St. Augustine, and same things exactly just to the end of the vacation. You've got also a budget breakdown, and to be very clear, and you know exactly how you spend your money. But this part is really, really impressive. But you can be more precise with Chat GPT,
And
and just
what's interesting is that every time you're
yeah,
going to hit enter, it's going to give you a different variation of your 14-day
yeah,
planning.
absolutely.
So
You can regenerate the answer, and to be sure to have the right fitting well for you. And you can also ask him to share the budget breakdown. And on that part, it could be completely crazy. You've got all the details of your next trip, and know exactly how you will spend your money. It's really funny because the first thing that we did, this prompt, we don't spend all the budget. So when you regenerate the answer, sometimes you can have some budget adjustment. So it's very, very funny, and it's completely improve your life. I know that I share this prompt to my wife, you know, 2 days before, and she already tried to plan our next vacation for this summer.
and what is important is the iterative aspect of the prompt here. So, for example, you say,
Yeah,
"Okay, I want a holiday in Florida." It's going to come with suggestions. After you can say, "Oh, I don't want to drive more than 4 hours between the different places." Okay, um,
yeah,
I do not. I want to avoid Miami, for example, and every time you are going to add information to the
yeah.
prompt, is going to generate something that is really tailored to what you are looking for. So,
And
eh,
this part is very important. Always be precise in your Chat GPT request. Even if it's for content, or for your next holiday, or for your next business trip, the more precise you will be, the most accurate answer you will get.
yeah, treat
And
GPT like a human. They said don't make any assumption about what
yeah,
it knows or it doesn't.
that's exactly the point. That's exactly the point. You have to consider it as a human, to and give him the right information, like you do with your holiday planner. So now, be serious. Speaking about your next business trip, or your next business events, and we will show you how ChatGPT can also help with you on that part. So let me share my screen. So we say to ChatGPT, "You're now a corporate event facilitator. Congratulations, you just change your job. You plan a 2-day corporate event for a mid-sized digital company based in London, UK. The leadership team, VPs and directors are invited to this event. Propose a planning for activities to develop, future company roadmap, go-to-market strategy for the latest SaaS product in the US, team building activities." And thanks to that, ChatGPT create a complete agenda for your business event. And for example, for the day one, it suggests morning session, future company roadmap. This morning session will focus on developing the company's future roadmap. It will include a presentation by the CEO of the current state of the company, and facilitate a discussion on the company's vision, mission, and goals for the next 3 to 5 years. The leadership team, VPs and directors, will be split into small groups to brainstorm and prioritize key initiative and for the roadmap. And it's very, very interesting, but because it's not only give you idea to organize your day, but it will be very proactive at the end and say, oh, you have to start with a keynote, very formal keynote, and just to give the introduction. And after that, you have brainstorming session. This is the way you can organize your brainstorming session and on which subject and so on. So it's very, very cool. And you have all the information about day 1, day 2, and you can be more and more precise. Like every week, if you want to have more details about the prompt, feel free to connect with us. And we will be more than happy to share the prompt and all the information with you. Oh, so that's it for our today video. We hope you find it informative and entertaining. Thanks a lot, Cyril, for your time and for hosting this show with me. And if you enjoy this video and want to see more like it, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel or LinkedIn page. And you will be notified whenever we release new content, so you will never miss a bit. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.